like non-existent.
Who needs
I like
context?
I hate.
Overrated.
Although they are, the fatter they are, the harder they fall. Oh, fucking funny. But
Hey man, don't make fun of Tamim's autism.
why not?
Because he made Dante to look like him, and he based him around himself.
He did a pretty good job.
You know, I forgot about that. Forgot he was he was the character model was based on him.
I didn't. I actually dream about that shit.
You gotta get some more real shit going on in your life, that way you don't dream about video games, son.
Hey man, video games are a good investment.
They haven't got me much, I'll tell you that.
Oh, they got you plenty. Got you a hand condition.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be a competent person today, or like not competent professionally, but you know, being able to talk to people and
Social.
express my ideas and feelings and think about things critically and solve problems efficiently. If it weren't for video games, I wouldn't be able to do any of those things because I was basically born retarded. I could not do the most basic things in any way, shape, or form. It was impossible. I couldn't read a book without feeling like I was getting pulled out of reality. I think it's a miracle that I can read and write.
I hate reading books though.
Yeah, it's even more of a miracle that I actually love reading now. Isn't that fucking crazy? Yeah.
Ooh, you lost him.
Yo. Bless you. You've been sneezing a lot lately, you know?
You have the flu?
I think so.
Okay, good, because I don't want it.
I thought you said it was like allergies or whatever.
I still don't want them.
I am allergic to dust, like dust might poop.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
What do you mean dust mite poop? Dust mites aren't real.
That's what you think, buddy.
Oh shit.
They've been shitting on you your whole life.
Isn't that shit just made of fucking dead skin and shit?
Yeah.
No, it's literal shit.
Oh man.
They eat like dead skin cells and stuff, and then they poop. And
Oh,
some
okay.
people are allergic to their poop. And
I was
poop
for a
is
long
present
time.
in dust. It's like 5% of all dust particles. 80% of it is dead skin.
That's
some of
still
it
a
is
lot.
dried up sweat. What? Like 5%? Yeah, it is a lot. who's first beaches. Come here. Oh, he's up his nest. You know, I wish in Monster Hunter, like, they made the monsters harder when you go up. I know they can Dark Souls. No?
They get more health,
Not
more
that
damage.
much.
Yeah, not a lot.
At least, I don't know about World, maybe for you it is actually like a big deal, but in this game it's really not.
I could definitely feel it when it was like Gary and I would play with a full group versus just us two. It was a big difference.
That sounds
Just
good.
adding those 2 extra players was like like it was at least like another 30% of HP and like more damage that we were taking. Like I could feel it.
The DS was literally electrocuting me every time I got hit. But yeah, I think the monsters do more damage because my brother got one shot by Diablos a couple times. Is like not common below high rank. So, but I don't think he had more health, and I wasn't like over here, so because I didn't want to be like falling. Finish that shit in 2 minutes. Man, I wanna finish this playthrough, like get 100% and shit. Then I wanna do Gunlands.
You gunless.
Either Gunlands or Bow, I don't know which. I might do Gunlands because I wanna switch to it in Formula U too. Because Charge Blade like barely has weapons to make. Kinda sucks.
Gunlance.
It doesn't really need them because it does way too much fucking damage in full compared to this game. Like the amped up elemental thingy, elemental discharge, it does a lot in that game.
In world.
In full.
Oh, okay.
Like in this game, it does like 3 times less damage, but it doesn't take your shield charge away. So you don't have to, like, you can actually do 2 ultra amp charges in one stun. But still, like, you don't kill monsters just by doing that shit twice.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, like solo is a kind of different venture though, and on its own.
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Is it actually significantly harder than co-op?
Speaking of just like Generations and 4 specifically, because those are the ones that I played. Like I said, I noticed a very, very, very big difference. I was able to
Cool, but
trounce stuff in solo.
No! You fucking bitch! God damn it. That's actually cool, because the reason I didn't want to co-op is because, you know, I didn't want it to be too easy, so I didn't know about this shit. Where are you going? Nest? Alright.
Like percentage-wise, it's not something super overly dramatic. It's at least a good, 20% difference with one player, but like it's up to 50 if you have a full group.
I see.
Which is just more of, you said it's less in the world, but it's just more of like you're gonna have to be forced to see more of the kit. And you're forced to, like, because the combat's longer, there's more room to make a mistake.
I see.
But when you're adequately geared and it's like a coordinated group, not as much, you can just kind of smash it pretty quickly. But when it's like the equivalent of a progression kill, right? Like where it's like the whole group needs this for progression, It's difficult. Definitely.
Fucking Rathalos, asshole. His wife out here getting captured. He's like standing there with, fuck you, bitch.
She owes me alimony.
Make me do the dishes now.
Fucking whore.
Like, you know that pose when they look around, they're like, what's there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk this way.
I'm so happy you can just destroy your own traps in this game. It's so fucking frustrating when you lay a trap and they just fucking walk over it. I had it happen to me like 3 times. It's so fucking annoying, and it's not like I wasn't paying attention and the trap wasn't actually set. I placed it in front of them, like a fair like 5 steps ahead. And the trap was done, and they just fucking walk over it. And
Just
yeah,
do it right.
I know that some monsters are immune to shock traps,
Yes.
so it's not that. Also, holy fuck, getting a Gypsyros head, that was fucking annoying. And you know what I'm doing now? You wanna guess? I'll give you a hint, it's Darren Moran.
Oh God, what are you looking for?
The Elf Dragon Gem.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, no, we had to farm those at one point. Yeah, I remember.
That's fucking annoying, dude.
Didn't take us that long, honestly.
I killed him like at least 25 times in get it yet.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, like a solid 3.5 hours of just killing him and nothing.
That's the nature of the RNG in that game.
I mean, it's not as the chances are actually that low because you get to carve twice, and you get the quest rewards, and you can also get it from the sub quest. So chance is kind of fair. I just got, I guess, pretty unlucky.
You can carve more than twice in co-op if you have a buddy that's willing to sacrifice his carve for you. Because when Gary and I were doing it, that's what we did. Is we like the one guy that didn't need it, the other guy would kick him right as the carve ended, and you got the loot. You just kick him, and he goes right into the next carve. It was some old school tech. Optimal.
Man, Monster Hunter was all about efficiency.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I killed him by accident. God damn it. I don't get it, sometimes I just don't see the indicator for that they're dying. Man. Oh yeah, they also, you know that skill, what's it called? Capture the roof?
I don't think I ever used it.
The one that lets you, if you have them paintball, and you have it active, when you can capture them, the paintball icon will blink.
Oh, cool! I've never used that.
So that skill is built into like your scout flies. You know what those are?
Is that a thing in World?
Yeah, it's a new thing that you have scout flies that tell you, or they just fly and show you the path to items around you. And you can pick up footprints and some stuff that monsters do, like gashes that are made by dragons, or poop, or bones.
Oh, the Navi looking thing, yeah.
So you pick that up and you level your research and scout flies up, and that lets you track the monster. So one of the perks is when you get a high resource level, you basically get a skull icon near the monster when it's about to die, and then you can capture it. So,
Yeah, it's very streamlined, yeah, okay.
I mean, you can call it streamlined, I guess.
It's quality of life.
It is quality of life, I'd say. It doesn't really hurt the game
No, it does, I don't think it does. It sounds nice. Like
Yeah, that's the fucking problem for you, right? In the early game, there's like no sets worth using because Marsilia is just way too fucking good.
yeah.
And it's honest, and it's because of this. It's because she gives you like really good quality of life. You get speed setup and capture guru when you really need to farm shit. So it's obviously the best choice, even though the resistance is so bad.
Yeah. So like we used it.
And it kind of sucks, honestly. Because what I really love about World is that you have a lot of meaningful choices when it comes to gear, like a lot.
That's good.
Um, it's so varied that you don't always want to take the weak element for the monster you're fighting. At least not with charge blade. I don't know how it is with other weapons.
I bet with other weapons, it's still a choice you have to make.
I mean, that's why I want to play Gunman Symbol, because of the way coatings and shellings work. Because I want to see if it's the same way. Because I want to see if against certain monsters, like a certain shelling or coating is more effective than having an element weakness.
Well, why not both?
If it is, I would say hands down this is like the best RPG when it comes to meaningful choices.
I definitely check out World someday. That's for sure.
I mean, you better hurry up. There are some pretty dank events going on.
Eh.
Like the one we're going on right now is very fun to do. There are like 18 event quests.
Oh,
And a lot of them are really good if you're starting out, and the late game ones are also very worth your time, let's just say.
the event style things that they added in 4, man, some of those were fucking hard. Like the stuff to get like Samus's
Yeah.
armor and stuff. It was like arena stuff, and it was G rank arena stuff, and it was just fucking hard.
Yeah, I really hope they add G-Rank at some point.
Me too. That's honestly like a big deterring factor for me. Because I've only played games with G rank, and like the idea of it not being there is like, what?
I don't know why they even thought about keeping it out, really.
Evidently it's
every
just
Monster Hunter game.
it's something they don't do like in the vanilla versions. They typically don't have G rank actually.
Oh. Really?
I've only played like the basically the SE equivalents, which are like generations, yeah, and 4 Ultimate. So I that's new to me, but yeah, as I've been told, like I guess the vanilla versions technically they don't do that.
Oh shit. Long trap, but still works. See, like, I don't like that I got away with that. Man. Anyway. That's weird though, like, World kinda builds on top of other Monster Hunter games, like every design choice is pretty much contrary to the other Monster Hunter games when it comes to quality of life. So I don't understand why they would follow this trend of G-Rank 1 in special editions.
I don't know. And like I don't. They might do a special edition, I guess.
I mean,
But at the same time, it wouldn't make
the game fucking
sense.
sold 10 million units. I don't see why they wouldn't. Like, it would be stupid
Yeah,
not to.
yeah. It would be. I would prefer it if it was just an upgrade thing.
It probably will because it's on Steam. Like, there's no
Yeah,
excuse.
yeah. It's kind of weird how silent that team has like been.
Hey man, I'd be out partying if I was them too.
Yeah. I would just like to know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I totally feel you because they haven't really been posting much about updates on the Steam Hub either, and it's kind of discouraging. Like they
Yeah,
have like here you go They posted this. That's it. But like it's not much. It's kind of like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And okay, cool. And like this is like the oh, there is a fucking Pulver Taro. There is actually a new one still coming. Cool. I'm hyped. I just hope they kind of pick up the pace with monsters.
Yeah.
People are. I think they should make like delay like or maybe pick up the pace and like not so, but not as so much as what's the design. And I would want them to release like 5 monsters in one patch.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Something like that. Because like, releasing them one by one, like people are already caught up to max content. Like Whirling is actually 100% in the world. I thought it's really hard to do. Like the moment another monster comes out, he's just gonna shit on it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
The way basically, you know, Ultimate was in terms of it came out with a whole new tier. You know, it required you to play a new game, yeah, but it's like even if players of the old tier, it was like an expansion. Like everybody who's like, oh, I'm maxed out on the old stuff. It's like, yeah, you might body like the first monster, but it's like, you know, the rest of the shit's gonna kick your shit in.
Well, whatever the case may be, assuming they make Monster Hunter World Ultimate after they add all the monsters they want to add, Monster Hunter World Ultimate is gonna be the shit.
Yes.
It's gonna be the best thing.
I would like to jump in on that for sure.
I can't wait. Like, I am honestly in love with the series. And you know, I actually think like if I wasn't an adult, I wouldn't be able to play this. Like, I didn't have that attention span before I started taking this. And I can just grind, man. It's like nothing to me now. It feels so good. Like I was grinding Legiana, and which is, I don't know if she was in older games. But it's a monster. I wanted to get her like really rare armor piece. It required you to nail like a 15% drop. And I was getting a bit unlucky. I was farming just her for like 4.5 hours about a month ago.
Which monster?
Legiana. Was she over here?
That's
It's
the.
it's a Drake.
Awful at names.
It's that dragon that you saw me stream. It's,
Blue Drake, Ice Element. Not Drake, fucking Wyvern, goddammit.
Okay, that helps. What's the first letter?
L.
Luciana. Yeah.
She has like on her forehead, she has like a V-shaped thing. Horns. that
They're all
connect.
females?
She's a female, obviously.
No, I thought I thought that was the name of a species, not the name of a single monster.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the name of a single monster.
Rathian is technically a name of a species, but they're female. And Rathalos is the male. Kind of
Whoa, then what's the male Lyciana? Doesn't exist.
no idea. Maybe Paulino?
Never seen it.
But honestly, I after you told me about the leftover POW shit, I can honestly kind of see it.
Yeah.
These monsters do not look natural. That's for
Yep.
sure.
Yep. It's dumb.
It is. I just pretend I never heard that, and
Yep.
going with the fact that this is just how the world works right now.
There's a couple of those.
Devil Joe does look like the fucking POW.
Oh, totally, absolutely. He's he reminds me of like like if Mr. X were a monster. Yes.
Wait, why is Lyciana a female? I'm just looking this up and it's like there's nothing on that. It's like just a species.
know. Sounds pretty female to me.
The fact that it looks so beautiful makes me think that it's male. Because males are like,
I think
At
you're
least-
into cocks, man.
huh? No,
Aren't
they're
the
usually-
majority of the monsters actually female in Monster Hunter?
I thought that usually it's
I
like the
don't know.
male is the beautiful one, right? Like they are the ones who are trying to attract females. Also, that is just like a species, you know?
That's one species, man. You're gonna consolidate your knowledge on one species to the entirety of the animal kingdom. I think you're
I
being
mean,
sexist.
You're
Dragons
fucking
are
generalizing,
closer to
little
chickens
bitch.
and birds than they are to like.
I'm gonna go full SJW on your ass.
But it's like,
Yeah.
what evidence is there that it's female other than the name sounds feminine?
I didn't say the name, I said she sounds. Like her role is really feminine.
Why can't that be a man's voice?
Well, I mean, it
I'm
could be.
SJW,
He just says
you
it.
don't get to question me.
He says it just sounds feminine.
I made up my headcanon. The Gyanas are males. Nobody will convince me otherwise.
What? They're just twinks.
Yeah. No, they're not twinks. They're metrosexual.
God, we do not need 2 uppercuts.
Angionaths are females. Zan,
Eh,
you hate all DMC bosses, right?
yeah.
Why do you hate Burial?
You see, this it's not very interactive. He doesn't require much out of you. I think the fact that he has like a AoE phase where it's just like, haha, you can't fight me, is the worst. And he's not the only culprit of that mechanic. There are many bosses that do that. I don't think that's a good design at all. Or it's just like, haha, you cannot fight me now. Because there were bosses in the series that did that better, and also like as in not as, by better I mean not as offensive, right? Another bad example of like you're not allowed to fight me right now is Griffin. How he has those long phases of like, this is a jump puzzle game. That's fucking terrible. Not fair to compare. I'm just saying as an example. But like, you know, Devil May Cry 3 did a better job of that, and that game also doesn't have great bosses. Like Cerberus has phases where it's like, okay, you can't hit me yet. That's the key difference, is yet. Because like he ice armors first.
Right.
Okay, we just gotta pop the armor. Not a big deal.
I mean, yeah, you're hurting him. It's just at the health bar, so it's not physical.
Like
Because
it's
you're
not
doing-
like
you're doing
it
something.
stops you from fighting him. Like you can still engage him. You know, like.
But would you think it'd be fair to say that despite those flaws, Imperial is probably the most fun?
No, absolutely not. I think he's terrible.
Damn. I've recently fallen in love with him. So I don't know.
He's a great
Try
boss
to-
to try stuff on.
Yeah, like he's just a walking hitbox, and if you're into that, okay, sure. But it's like I don't think that's engaging
I
content.
think
Like that's
Echidna's
not it.
more fun. Just because she moves around.
Kind of depends on what your philosophy of a boss is. And
Yeah.
I mean,
might
maybe
not
he's
match
not
up
a
with-
good boss,
might
but
not
he's a good
match
child.
up with
I like
Team Z's philosophy, because they like giving you walking hitboxes because it makes sense for a game like this.
Yeah, to just style all over. But it's like
Nah,
At
but
this-
I think fighting Burial shows that, like his capacity.
I could argue Bale does that too.
Yeah,
Bale's a
except
joke.
Bale does it worse.
Bale's the worst boss in the game.
Yeah, but you still have to be just as dynamic, and you still need to be able to move just as much around the room.
It's not about what you need; it's about how much you can. Like, what's the max? What's the capacity? You know?
I mean,
feel like,
you can do quite a lot with him too.
You can, yeah.
You
but
can ride
it's
him.
more-
No shit. You can ride him. You can ride
Yeah,
him.
you can stand on his
know.
back. Yeah. I think
I wish the collision wasn't so janked so that would actually.
That's why you can ride him, is because the collision is shit.
No, it's not.
What?
It's actually why you can't ride him.
I think
you can stand there, you can hit him like a few times, but then he's gonna slightly move and you're gonna get knocked off. And that's it.
what I was gonna say is I think this fight entails is much different than what we get in these games. Yeah, and that's why I don't think they are good.
You think Kratos was an accident?
Yeah, absolutely. I do.
Why
Oh,
is
I'm
Kratos
sorry. No,
better?
not Kratos. Angelo Kratos.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just a miracle fun with him at all. It like everything else of Dante in this game, like where it's like,
Oh yeah, with Dante for sure. But
yeah, where it's just like you can they slapped it together in like a weekend or like a couple weeks, and it's just
no,
they didn't do shit. They designed it for Nero and it just didn't have. No, I understand. I'm saying his mechanics, and it's just to our bewilderment that he like can actually make things work and make things fun.
Wait, with Nero?
No, with Dante.
What?
I'm saying Dante because the game was built like that for Nero. It's amazing that he works the way he does, and that it's actually like fun and it's functional. You know.
Dante's basically a prototype at this point because DMC5 is gonna exist.
Yeah. Like he's very much like an alpha test, even like it's.
Yeah.
It's amazing that it works at all.
No. Oh, I got it.
So like you know, like Kratos is like a happy little accident, in my opinion. I don't even think he's that good, right? But amongst, you know, a pile of shit, which are all the bosses in this game, you know, he stands heads and shoulders. But like, you know, in reality of like how good a boss fight is, he's like a 6.
I must start the stream against the bosses while you talk to me about why they suck. What's a good boss say?
Not in this game.
Sanctus.
What game? What's a good boss?
I think Virgil 2 and 3 are probably the better ones
Virgil
because they.
2 and 3 are like top tier.
Yeah, and in
I
respect
actually
of
hate
those.
Virgil 2 compared to other Virgil fights.
Oh yeah.
Because
He's stuck on the move list
No,
for a
because
while.
he is actually random compared to the other two fights. He is
Okay.
completely random in his phase 2. Like there is no way to predict what he's going to do next. Zero.
Are you talking about, wait, Virgil 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
After he picks up the sword.
When he has Yamato.
Yeah.
Yamato, I mean.
Mhm.
Almost. I made myself spin. When he has it, he can. When he teleports near you, he has 5 different options. He can do Beowulf combo A, Beowulf combo B, which is the launcher.
Right.
He can do Yamato combo A. He can teleport away into Judgment Cut, or he could rapid fire. Or he can actually, he can also just do Lunar Phase.
He can also do the upward slash as well. With Yamato,
No,
the launcher.
actually. Not in that
No?
situation. No.
Okay. Did I misunderstand the
I
situation?
tried to RG him for like 2.5 hours. DK was watching me, and I know his shit like.
Like, am I misunderstanding the situation? Are you saying like just off of neutral? Like.
Yeah, you know how when you just walk around, you can teleport to your app.
I see. Okay. I thought you meant like
So in that
after
situation,
engaging.
he has 5 different options.
Right.
Maybe more, and I'm counting. And they all have different Garapan, and it's fucking horrible. I actually fucking hate that boss fight because something like that should never occur.
I'm in the camp of like that's just my opinion. I think 2 is good. I never ran into quite that sort of situation, but it doesn't make me more correct or incorrect. I guess like I didn't have
You know
much
what?
issue with it.
Yeah. Just try to RG him without getting hit. Just try. I guarantee it. You'll start to hate him very quickly.
I'm gonna take your word on it. But like in retrospect, what I'm saying is like even they're not perfect. Like I'm saying like, you know, like
Oh,
at a
yeah.
10 or whatever, like they're probably like a 7.
As like a standalone boss fight, I agree.
Yeah, they're
I agree.
good. Yeah.
He is very well designed for a casual player, but
Yes. As
for,
soon as you start peeling away the layers,
I think you can't really call something really good when you push it to its limits and it starts failing.
yep. Which is why, like, I think Virgil 3 kind of fits that bill a little better. Of like when you start pushing it,
Yeah,
it's
I mean he's not like very predictable and round trip is broken, but he is a lot less random than Virgil 2. That's for
What
Yeah.
about Virgil 1?
Virgil 1 is like
not a lot going on.
Compared to
Boneless.
Virgil 2 and 3, he's kind of a pushover.
He's boneless.
Doesn't have much plus, but
No, he just doesn't have a lot of options.
There's not a lot of tools because it's
And
just
you
Yamato.
you can also actually get him stuck just by when he teleports away to the judgment cut. If you hide behind a statue, he'll just kind of stare at you. It's fucking hilarious.
I wonder if that's intended or not.
Where I did a round trip and like made the round trip sort of collide with the statue so that it doesn't return to me, and he was just like walking into it.
What? No.
Ah, fuck. I wish I clipped that. I'm bad.
How the fuck do you not click something like that?
That's some speedrun text, son.
Yeah, I just randomly, like, I was fighting with Virgil, right? Like, I was playing as Virgil and fought Virgil 1.
Yeah. Round trip, obviously.
Yeah, threw a round trip at him, and then walked behind the statue, and he was close to the statue. So, like, the round trip was colliding at the
Wait.
statue.
It doesn't
Go-
slice the statue?
No, it doesn't slice the statue.
What the fuck?
The player's one does it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, your attacks don't break the statue, I think.
Only Virgil's.
Yeah.
What? No, you can break the statue for sure. What do you mean?
But the round trip doesn't, I think. And so
Obviously
like like the round trip would just get stuck in there, and I just wanted him to like walk into the statue.
Can the player actually slice it? Because I was under the
Yeah,
impression
yeah.
we couldn't.
You
Oh,
can
wow.
destroy it with Stinger. So,
Oh, I've never done it. Okay.
well, Virgil isn't exactly
now I know.
behind the statue, you know?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Reverse the sting.
How do you reverse onto it though? Oh,
Uh,
wait, no,
I
you don't
don't-
reverse it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm stupid. But how did it not hit Virgil? Because it tracks pretty well.
No, when it returns.
Oh. Wait, but it doesn't. It's not like the round trip in 4 where it spins around in circles, right?
It just comes back, but it spins, right? It spins,
Yeah.
but it's coming back in a straight line.
It's not really spinning though. It's like a mosquito, no? Like it keeps bumping, so it tries another angle. Like a mosquito trying to get out a window, but the window's closed.
He's
Yeah,
bumping.
but when it's locked onto an enemy, when it's coming back, it comes back straight.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, it goes to show you how much I know about that fucking game.
Yeah. I don't know as much either on about 3.
I played like compared to DMC4, I have like under a percent of the playtime on running code. Like I barely played while trying to be good, and I want to. I wanted to learn Virgil, but I can't hold buttons. So,
Sounds like an excuse to me.
I mean, I tried.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm fishing.
It's interesting. But yeah, no, I don't think the bosses are just kind of well constructed in these games. Personally, like to me, I don't think they're very good.
Oh, what
Rex.
is that
So.
I think Credo is like a step above DMC3, Virgil 3.
Really, I think it's just barely shy a step below because of again, much like Taro mentions, like the random nature of that fight. Of his blowout values of not in what he does. It's whether or not he allows you to combo him is completely
come
random.
On, dude. Oh, come on.
That counts. That shit is fucked.
Why is it fucked?
What do you mean? Why is it fucked?
The boss fight wouldn't work if you could just combo him for eternity.
I'm saying when you break his
it's not
shield,
like
that's
that.
my turn to play, and then like when I'm like I go to hit him, like it's like high time. Okay, I popped out of the combo. Like what? Like fuck that.
I
Hell
don't
no.
think Zan wants it to be an infinite combo dummy. I think he just wants consistency.
Yeah, that's all.
Like if he's gonna blow out, we can blow out at the same like
Interval.
What,
There should be
okay,
a
what
rule.
the hell is consistency in this context? Like, what
The
are you asking
consistency
for
is like,
with an
okay.
infinite combo?
I'm not asking for an infinite combo. I'm saying it's like, okay, give me like a timer or like it's like a damage threshold. He will take X amount of damage and he'll pop out. He doesn't do either of those two things.
Stun. Something.
He does,
Hit.
actually.
He absolutely does not.
He will. He will
actually pop out after a certain number of hits.
There's some things that'll consistently do it, but sometimes they just won't. Right? There's
Nah,
Oh, the way
that's not true.
the way I see it is
It's
just that
absolutely
I just see it as like at least Credo lets you combo on him in the air.
Yeah.
You can't do it on Virgil. And
Like-
the thing is that too, like there are I don't really mind randomness per se. I just think that as long as there's like controlled randomness, like so like if you pop him in the air while he has his shield fully there, then there's always a chance that he's gonna pop out prematurely. But if
Yeah,
you
which
break
is
his
fine.
shield,
Yeah.
you'll always have a full combo depending on what you do.
But
But I
like,
mean, like-
there are times where like my execution was absolutely perfect. It was crisp, and it's like I got to like rave gun pop out. It's like what?
like go like
No, that can't be, actually.
go try it. Go do
the
it right
gun,
now.
Gun doesn't pop him out. The gun
That's what I'm saying. It's random.
No,
It's
not.
fucking random.
It
It
is.
it happens.
Go and try to jump cancel splash.
Well, I've
off
been
of him.
fighting Kratos since you even started, before you even started playing games before. Don't tell me to try it.
I don't know because I experienced this. Like I don't know how you did it. It happens.
Like-
He sometimes
Like,
just
it's a
pops when he
misunderstanding of
wants
the
to.
game. Like, what you're saying is pretty much wrong on every front. He only pops out at, like... Okay, so the way it works is every hit he has a chance to pop out, but after a certain number, he will pop out, like, guaranteed.
Yes.
That's why like, you ever watch the
But
Underworld
you
fighter?
you just
He has
said
the
that
same-
he
There's
can
a
just
chance.
pop out,
Yeah, he has a chance.
which is random.
Yeah, but it's
That
still
is random.
consistent.
That's my point.
We want it if it's only the after a certain hits, we'd be fine with it. We just don't like that. Sometimes
Okay,
he will
so
randomly.
you don't see a problem with the situation where he will always pop out after the same amount of hits?
That's
That you
fine.
don't-
That's-
That's fine? How is
Yes.
it fine?
That is fine because that is like that is concrete, tangible. Like I know
predictable.
when he's gonna do it.
You
Yeah,
plan around.
that's-
it.
You're okay with Lucifer glitch being X number of hits is gonna do the glitch, but you're not okay with X number of hits he's gonna pop out?
Yeah, that's not the same thing. The only common thing in those two, like the both
Is a hit counter.
two names. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's the only common thing. That's not what
That's
I'm
a big
talking
common
about.
thing.
No, it's not.
Yes,
We're
it
talking-
is.
One's a boss, one's a fucking glitch, dude. What the fuck?
It's
Anyway,
combos.
this is a stupid argument. Anyway, what I'm trying to
Because
say
you
is
deem
that-
it stupid. I think it's a valid criticism. Motherfucker.
I'm with Zan on this one. It should be a counter.
I'm saying a counter is a good idea, like, or if it's an X amount of time, like
No,
2
because
seconds.
it
Or
does
time,
hit
yeah.
great situations that it's
Something
better to
predictable.
fight. I don't think it's good. I honestly don't think it's good. Not even boss fight.
Either
On a
way,
Frost,
if it
I'd be fine with it because a frost is not a fucking frost. Like,
right,
but
and I wish something like that existed on a Frost too. Like Jesus, like
yeah, on a frost I agree because
Yeah, yeah.
he's not supposed to be hard to control, but a
And-
boss
and-
is.
But yeah, and that's all fine. But it's like when I have the shield pop, that's supposed to be my turn to play. So it's like either give me an X number of hits, give me an X amount of time, while his shield is popped, like so that I can do a combo. I'm not saying like because you can get him in an air state and do something to him, and there's that random chance of like him popping out very quickly and stuff like that. Like as we've mentioned before, and it's
Yeah,
like
but
that's
that's-
fine because if he still has his shield up, I'm cool with that. But when it's down, it's like that should be my that's my turn. I earned that.
don't know. Can't bring myself to agree. I just find it really nitpicky.
I mean, that's fair if you think it's nitpicky, but it's just one of those things of like
because like it doesn't always like sure it's random. I don't really call it random because it doesn't like always happen, and if it doesn't happen, then it's consistent. So it's not like the horrible kind of random where you cannot predict it at all.
yeah, but it's like I never said it was the horrible kind of random. I just said it was random. I said it was like it's just completely random. I don't think that's
Yeah,
good design.
I
I
wouldn't
don't.
call it completely random either.
It's random is random. Like I get there's different
No,
severities of it,
No,
but
some
what I'm saying,
different severities, there's also different kinds of random.
yeah, and I don't think it should like in that situation of shield is pop, that should not be a random chance at all.
No, there shouldn't. He is essentially staggered or stunned.
Don't know, man. I think.
Now
I'm
he
pretty
should
sure he
fall
can attack
off
when
if your
he-
combo
I'm pretty
drops,
sure he
maybe.
can attack when his shield is down. Wouldn't call that stunned or staggered.
But like if I get him in a high time, like in an air comboable state, like
I
like I
get
said,
that, dude. You don't have to repeat that. I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I just don't agree because
why you don't think a
I
shield
don't-
pop is like, oh, it's my turn to play? Like
not really. No.
Do you think the
Ow.
game is better because of this?
Yeah.
um
Because it makes the boss fight more interesting because you don't get to easily control it. So you actually have to engage with the enemy
You-
rather than.
If
You're
there's
still-
a counter, you
But
won't
then-
suddenly
but
not
the sh-
have to engage
like
with
popping
enemy.
his
Yeah.
shield is a
Consistent
reward.
combo
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
I'm not saying you won't have to engage with him at all. You'll just have to engage with him way less.
Is
Yeah,
it
but
really
popping
way
his
less?
shield is a reward
Yes,
for
it is way
engaging
less.
him.
You get to consistently control him in like a fucking like easy way.
Well, the thing is that like when you pop a shield, right? It takes a bit of time to pop the shield first.
Yeah.
But then like
Like you'll do it
like, when you
twice a fight, maybe.
when you launch it, like you could say that yeah, like he can fight back. He has a chance to fight back even when his shield is popped. But the thing is that like once he recovers, you could easily chase after him and hit him because he still doesn't have his shield up. So oftentimes like his shield is popped, you try to combo him, he recovers, but he still has a little bit of time until his shield comes back. So you could just like easily ground combo him, and so it's like it just kind of it's annoying to have him pop out. Although,
Yeah,
as I said
absolutely.
before, I don't think it's completely random. I just think that maybe like there's some sort of like value system behind it that is just
Yeah,
very
it
difficult
is.
to
There is.
understand.
There's definitely a value system.
There is, yeah, but it's
well,
not.
that's I've called it like a blowback system, but yeah, like I absolutely think there is one, like because Frost even exhibited this sort of like to an extent as well, because
Frost and
sometimes
Kratos pretty much works the same way.
yeah. And I've noticed this, but it's one of those things of like I'm saying during that time frame, like I think it's fine, but like for Frost, like I think if you manage to hit them and blow off their arm, or if they do an attack that blows off their arm, you should be able to air combo them for X amount of time or a certain number of hits at the very least.
Right.
Keep in mind, like when you pop something like Kratos' shield, that's your reward for engaging with him.
I don't know, like
Like just like
I'm just
stunning
saying,
someone in a fighting game, that's your
if it was
reward for
consistent
engaging with
system,
them.
the fight could be potentially over the moment you break his shield.
That just depends on.
Well, you're saying like a combo of like 16 hits is efficient enough to just end the fight?
Why do you think it's?
He's got a lot of health.
Don't you know that there's like there's a point in which he consistently always drops out, right? Only
So now
one.
you- So now you want to keep that, or what?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, we always wanted to keep that. It was
No,
never.
you
a problem.
didn't. No, you didn't. No, you did not.
When-
Assuming
when he does-
assuming you were siding with Zan, you did not want to keep it.
The, what,
I said keep
I
it when the
think-
shield is up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Shield
him
up,
Now
popping
when
shield-
it's down.
shield
I
down,
said
he's
the
free.
Fight could potentially be over the moment his shield pops,
This is-
But-
and it's not gonna be a 16 hit combo. 16 hit combo.
the thing though is that you could. I think it was like more about the randomness associated to.
No,
like, when his
then I'm
shield
not
is
sure
down.
if I side this down on this. What I'm against is just the randomness of him. Like, okay, I could launch him, and then do my first hit, and then he'll pop out with the shield off. It's like why? I'm okay if there's a certain point in which he pops out always, so that there's still a fight. I'm fine with that. I just want a consistent thing. I just want to be able to launch him, and I could try out things, and
Yeah,
they work.
it being consistent already makes it not a fight because every time he whiffs something or you catch him recovering, you can just do that and he doesn't really get to do anything.
I mean, to be honest, like I don't think the randomness makes it harder or makes him do things.
didn't
I
say
just
any
think
of
it
that.
makes it like
It just makes the fight happen.
Yeah, it's more engaging. It's more what's the word? Player something. Agency. More agency. And it's like I don't understand the point of like you on your side of it saying like the fight is over as soon as you pop the shield because it's like it's not like you're gonna
potentially
it's not like you're gonna combo him to death in that.
Yeah,
in that
you're not gonna
string.
one touch him
Why not? Why not?
because his shield
Well,
will.
you think it's impossible?
No, I don't think it's impossible, but I'm coming into it with the understanding that he will either pop out as soon as you soft touch the ground, like you get close enough to the ground, or there will be a limit of some kind, like a combo counter or a time limit.
Now you want the limit?
I
don't
said
get-
that at the beginning, and you
always
said,
wanted
you
the
said
limit.
that when his shield pops, you don't want him to pop out at all. That's what
no,
you
I said I
No, no,
wouldn't
no.
like him to pop out immediately. Is
Right,
what I
right,
said.
because that's what Kratos doing.
That-
no,
that was-
I remember you saying like when his shield is down, he should not pop out because that's my turn to play. That's what I remember.
Yes, and I did say that, but what I did say is like you should get something out of it. Sometimes when I pop the shield, I get nothing out of it
Uh,
Yeah,
because he
well,
keeps popping
maybe-
out.
Maybe you should have launched him then. I don't know.
Well, that's like I'm trying to figure out those limits of like how that works, and it feels random in that respect.
hits.
And
It
That's
is.
the limit.
yeah, sometimes I get like fucking 40. Like there's no consistency.
Actually, no. I don't think you get both.
No, I don't get. I'm just exaggerating, but that's not the point.
I don't even think you get 6.
I've done entire
I got
sequences
close,
on
to be
him, man.
honest.
Yeah.
Like I have Lucifer
Swing,
Guard
so
against them a lot. Even with his shield up.
maybe Yamato does something.
I do think the Yamato has some. Yeah, because the Yamato hits like twice.
Yeah,
I think
so
it
show
either
clear design.
holds them or
maybe,
negates the
maybe
effect,
that
yeah.
makes it like more likely that he'll pop out if you hit him too quickly.
Yeah.
Definitely does for a frost, so maybe for Kratos.
No.
Hey, I'm turning off Gods Must Die. I can't play at that level.
No what?
What?
You said no?
Not into anything in particular. I said yeah, no. I like as in like yeah, that makes sense. Like
Okay. I thought I heard a no. Sorry.
no. I was saying to myself like yeah, no, that makes sense. Like is kind of what I was mumbling to
Anyway,
myself.
I'm pretty sure it's the case for frost because when they're DP, you can sometimes actually launch them and get a Evil Rave into your Mako Wave and they'll most likely pop out. But if you launch them and use Pandora, they, in my experience, they pop out every time. And not necessarily after a certain amount of hits. Sometimes it's like immediately when Pandora hits.
Right.
So, and sometimes it's like second hit, third hit. I don't know. Like it's not. I think it does have something to do with the frequency of it. Don't know though. I just don't think. Like I said, I don't agree that it's like something that hurts the fight when it comes to the quality of the fight. I think it actually benefits.
Because you want more agency and engagement, which like I kind of get
Because
absolutely where
that-
you're coming
that
from.
just makes sense for a boss.
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
why
Like
not.
I get where you're coming from in that respect, but I just mean in that window of like when I pop that shield, I want like my turn, you know, and I get robbed of it sometimes, and I don't like that.
You get robbed of it
Ah.
if you launch him.
He shouldn't pop it.
He doesn't pop out on the ground, does he?
I just.
He can
Well,
teleport out. So.
I just think that like the more options you have to like it would be better if you were to just launch him and have a consistent way to know how much time you have to combo him there.
Yeah.
Like if you only had a certain amount of time, that'd be fine. And these guys are balancing the game, so they would know, hey, this is how much time. This is the quickest one touch in the game, so less than that.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, but
I don't think they could really. I think they knew they couldn't really balance the game well, because it's not like they knew exactly what was possible.
right.
So, I mean, that's why fighting games as imbalanced typically as they are.
Especially the first roundabout.
The developers don't have 10,000 brains; they have a few.
Like 30-ish.
I don't know. I feel like if that point at which he always broke out, he'd break out at that point instead of sometimes breaking out from the first hit. I think that's the only change I want. That's it. Just let us have like a round so that we can consistently experiment things on him rather than sometimes even going no.
Yeah, I have like a weird philosophy, I guess, maybe, because I like both. Very unpredictable boss fights that constantly change, and like very predictable ones, and then like a mixture of both of them. But I tend to like lean on predictability, but at the same time, it's like the unpredictable nature of a boss fight. It is what makes it more engaging.
Because I think Credo can be both. Like when his shield is on, let him pop out whenever he wants. Like that's fine. Like that could be the unpredictable part. But when the shield is gone, then let me like okay, you have 20 hits, you have 5 seconds in the air, whatever. Something. A rule. Give me a rule that is consistent so that once the shield is off, you have something cool to try out. You know?
I actually think like when it comes to like juggling and whatnot, I'd rather that be consistent, and it's when he has the ability to fight back when I want that to be more unpredictable. Because like even like let's say we have juggling, he could still fight back by recovering in the air, but I want to know when he's gonna recover, like with predictability.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference. Or if it's not predictable, to have some sort of cue or warning beforehand of like when he's gonna jump out.
Like his eyes light up or like the shield's
Yeah.
close. Yeah. Something.
That's a good change too.
If you're gonna keep it that way, you know. Like,
Because like what they did with like the Dream Runners and DMC Devil May Cry, I think there's a little bit of predictability there when they recover in the air, but I think they give you almost just enough amount of time to like react to them recovering and attacking you when you're comboing them, and I want to see more of that. And there's some of that in like DMC3 where after the abysses come from the ground and pop in the air, you could combo them, and after a certain amount of like gunshots that you deal, they'll recover with consistency every time, and that's cool. I haven't really bothered to count the gunshots that is needed, but it's definitely consistent. But if you launch them in the air, just like when they're standing normally, the amount of gunshots you can deal, that's random, or it feels almost random. So I like those kind of two states, sort of.
but whole entire point before we got off on that was for the reasons like I think you and I are on the opposite end of the spectrum, DK, of like why you think Virgil is good. You put it like 1 point higher than Kratos, and I am the opposite.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's just because there's more ways to play around with Kratos, and I think partially I guess is because like if you're playing a Dante, like obviously it wasn't made or designed for Dante, but it still end up being a happy little accident. I guess you could say that for like DMC3 Virgil as well, but
Yeah.
assuming you played with Style Switcher Dante, and DMC3. I could see Virgil being a bit more fun, but like with any given like style. With the
Warning,
vanilla
20
game-
volts on 12-volt rail. Bullshit. Bull. There would be magically smoke. I think my sensors
Yeah.
are bad on my motherboard.
Like with any given style that you choose for Dante, with against Virgil 3, there's not so many things that you can do to play with him. It's more like the JC sequences when he's stunned, they're kind of boring. You can't do much about it. You can sort of play around with the fact of that he teleports around and you can sort of like manipulate how he's gonna move. Or like move around his attacks in ways. But I can't really like it's a good fight. It's just that it doesn't have as much as Credo in that respect, where you can just like manipulate its AI or like have fun with like hitboxes.
Do you think Virgil would be better if his stunt? You know how when he's stunned, yeah, there's like a specific amount of hits before he's like I'm out of this. He's parrying you. What if you launch him and he has a similar similar rule like in the air?
It'd be cool, but I don't think like he'd have. I don't think that would be enough.
Yeah, but with
I
this,
think all of this, like all of your complaints, are not valid simply because it's the type of boss fight that was designed as a tool. Meaning, when they designed the boss, they treated him as if he's a player. So they didn't want your typical rule-breaking abilities to apply in this context, simply because that's what they were going for. And I totally agree with them on that. If you had the same rule-breaking abilities that you had in a duel, and like normal gameplay in a duel, you couldn't really have a duel because you get to break the rules and they don't.
you speaking on behalf of both Credo and Virgil, or just Virgil?
Yes, both.
Both. Okay. Okay. Because I kind of more so understand that in the perspective of like the Virgil fight. But I'm also taking it with the
Kaido is designed with the exact same philosophy in mind.
yeah.
So, you know, so
Which-
it applies to Kaido as well.
I was just gonna state on the
I'm just not sure we can agree with like one boss and not with another when it comes to a perspective. You either don't agree with either, or you agree with both. In my opinion.
Well, you could approach something with like an idea in mind, but the execution might be different.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is like also like DC3 was developed, you know, with a totally different mindset, different toolkit, different set of everything. You know.
Yeah, but the philosophy was the same. What they were aiming for was the same. The way they executed it was different, indeed, but the philosophy is the same.
Yeah, but I mean, like with a totally different toolkit, is it really like saying it's
Yeah,
like, oh, it's a
because
different outcome? Is
because a philosophy is what guides your thought process.
And special just
So-
crashed.
oh, good old Agnes. I saw that.
Ah,
You can have the same thought process,
rips.